All right, today we're taking a trip to a pretty quiet corner of Japan to look at one of the absolute wildest marketing collaborations I have ever come across. Seriously, we're talking about a full-on pop culture invasion of a public space. It's amazing. So let me ask you this. What happens when an entire airport gets taken over by a manga? I know it sounds like a hypothetical question, right? But it's not. This actually happened in Japan's Saga Prefecture, and it turned a sleepy regional airport into a must-see destination for thousands of fans of the epic historical manga Kingdom. Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. Think of it as a guided tour. First, we'll talk about arriving at this airport that's basically under siege by fans. Then, we'll venture inside the fortress. After that, we'll see how ancient tradition meets modern manga. Then we're going to head outside to this crazy thing called the reading embankment. And finally, we'll dig into the big question. What was Saga's grand strategy here? So let's set the scene. Our story starts at Kyushu's Saga International Airport. Now, you got to understand, this is normally a pretty calm, compact, regional airport. But for a couple of months, it became something else entirely. For a very limited time, the airport was officially, and I mean officially, renamed Saga Kingdom Airport. And listen, this wasn't just a banner hanging in the lobby. No, this was a complete and total rebranding, an all-out thematic takeover that, as you can imagine, drew some massive crowds. I love this quote from a visitor. It just captures the scene perfectly. They said, "It felt as if an army had surged in." And you know what? They weren't exaggerating. The parking lots, which are usually pretty empty, were almost completely full. People drove from all over the country to be there. The whole place was just buzzing with an energy that this quiet little airport had probably never felt before. So, once you actually manage to get through the sea of people outside, you step inside, and it's basically like walking into a giant theme park dedicated to the world of Kingdom. I mean, literally everywhere you looked, the airport was just completely transformed. You had these life-sized cutouts of the main character, Shin, and the legendary general Uki. Entire walls were just covered in huge, iconic panels pulled straight from the manga. The observation deck, the hallways, even the gift shops, every single corner was a photo op. It was an absolutely immersive experience for any fan. But let's head up to the third floor, because this is where the event went from being just a cool fan gathering to something truly special. A unique cultural exhibition, really. Now, to really appreciate this next part, you need to know a little bit about Arita ware. It's this incredible 400-year-old tradition of porcelain making. It's famous all over the world, and it's a huge source of local pride for Saga. It's known for being just beautiful, but also super durable. And this is what they did. They commissioned these special edition Arita-ware plates featuring key characters from Kingdom, but drawn in that delicate traditional porcelain style. Can you just imagine seeing the fierce General Uki on a piece of fine china? It's just this incredible, brilliant mashup of ancient Japanese tradition and modern pop culture. But hold on, the experience didn't even stop at the airport doors. Oh no. If you took about a 15-minute drive from there, right out to the coast of the Ariake Sea, they built something totally new, just for this event. They called it the Doku Harete, which basically translates to the reading embankment. And what is it? Well, it's a massive seawall that's lined with panels from the manga. So fans could literally walk along the coast, feel the sea breeze, and read through some of the story's most epic moments. So cool! And here's my favorite part. This is just a fantastic, uniquely local touch. For some of the more intense battle scenes, the organizers used another one of Saga's famous products to censor them. Nori seaweed. It's just hilarious, right? It's the perfect example of the playful, clever spirit of this entire collaboration. So this all leads to the big question. Why? Why do all of this? I mean, why turn an entire airport into a manga set and then build a permanent seawall exhibit? This clearly wasn't just for fun. This was part of a much, much bigger strategy. You know, one visitor really hit the nail on the head. They said Saga Prefecture is going overboard on purpose. This is them showing their full force. They're using globally popular pop culture to put themselves on the map in a big way and attract a whole new generation of tourists. And what's really interesting is that they aren't alone in this. Their next-door neighbor, Nagasaki Prefecture, was running its own massive collaboration at the exact same time. They paired the super popular anime The Apothecary Diaries with their famous Lantern Festival.
So what we're really seeing here is this new kind of creative competition in regional tourism, with anime and manga as this incredibly powerful weapon to bring in visitors.
So, when you look at the big picture, the Saga Kingdom Airport thing, it's way more than just a cool event for fans. It's a really bold statement about the future of tourism. It proves that when you combine local culture with these massive global fandoms, you can create these truly unforgettable experiences that go so far beyond a typical vacation. And it leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. In a world that's packed with places to go, how is this kind of bold, extreme creativity going to reshape the way we all travel?